Okay, I was wanting to go ahead and do this video. This is an Optoma. I mean, this is a top cover. This is as far as I got. But it's an Optoma ML500. Well, it's probably going to be upside down or sideways. And I haven't seen a video at all. And I just want to share this because I've already had this one apart. And they don't manufacture these no more. There's a severe factory defect flaw with these projectors. It's like a fractal prism or whatever. Well, here, there's 4 screws that hold up the cover, then it pops off. And then there's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, screws that hold this. 2 screws hold this on, it's plugged in there. You got to unscrew these and pop this out. And then right under here, there's a little power adapter for the LED board, and you got to pinch the ends underneath it and just pinch it and pull it out because it's got lock clips on it. Then you just pull these off the LED power ones, and that's basically the LED driver board here. Then you have to take off these 2 for the VGA input, because that's what holds the board on. After you get those out, you just kind of pull it up a little bit and it'll unplug from the DMD chip. And then unplug the fans. These are the fans, the light sensor, and then you might just kind of pull it up and it'll pop out. Oh, this also has, on this end, it has the same thing. It has a power clip plug for the main board. It's got 2 little tongs on the end. And then you got the case fan. One is the LED sensor, not the LED, the remote sensor. And then the other one is the speaker. But that's the main board for it. You don't got to worry about messing with the power supply board. Then there's 4 screws that hold this in. There's 1 right here, 1 here, 1 up here, and 1 over here. And you have to take those screws out. I'll go ahead and pause this while I do this. Okay, after you get those screws out, you can go ahead and you could just do this at any time. Just remove this fan here for the red and green LED heat sinks. This is the blue one here. Then you just kind of lightly, gently grab this one and raise this up a little bit, and then it slides out. But you have to raise this up here, the heat sinks up a little bit, to get it to slide out nice and easy. Next, I'm going to remove these 2 screws here on the heat sink. These 2 screws here. Then you have to get the 4 screws, 2 here, that hold on the lens, because the screws that hold this heat sink on for the blue LED are on the inside here. So you have to move the lens out of the way to get to those screws to remove those. So I'll go ahead and get this done and pause the film or the recording, but you have to just take off the 2 screws on each side here. This one has 4 screws holding it on, and then you got to remove the 4 screws holding the lens on to get this heat sink off for the blue LED. And when you're taking these off, you might want to hold this bracket down so it don't just fall off. Since these heat sinks have a little weight to them. Oh, there goes that one. But anyway, then you can just go like this and pull this off. Which I'm surprised. Usually the LED, it stuck to the other one. It didn't stick to this one, but you can go ahead and just slide it out like so and stick it to the side. And then this one's just these 4 screws that hold on the lens. But it's kind of disappointing that it's a factory design flaw is what causes these to go severely dim, because of, I don't know why Optoma did it this way. Then you just move your lens aside. I usually just stick it upside down. Oh. All right, stick into it. And then here's the screws for the blue LED. I mean, the projector is pretty bright and produces a nice image, but it's just a factory defective flaw that Optoma could have designed it better. Because for one thing, this heatsink has no fan, no cooling, no nothing. It just has a vent on front of the projector, but it actually has no airflow to cool it at all. So it's kind of, yeah, that one stuck with that one. Then what you're going to want to do is, I don't think I got any screws under this one, no. I mean, I don't think it matters to take the light sensor out, but the LED light sensor, but I do anyway. Then you're going to have 7 screws, one there, there, and there. You got to take those out. I'm going to pause this while I take them out. Okay, now after you get the screws out, you want to peel this dust shield tape back. And don't worry about them screws, this one here, or those two there. They don't have nothing to do with holding this cap on. But you do have to take out the LEDs because the plug-in covers up this top plate. And sometimes this one stuck really bad, but I've had it apart. Another one that I just took apart, it just popped right off. But it'll stick because of the glue they use in here. But you just pop it up, and gotta be careful because some of the lenses will shift. So I just felt one shift, but it stayed. But that's the inside. That's probably this one that moved, but I already had this one apart and cleaned all the lenses and stuff because they were filthy. But now I'm going to show you the factory defect. It's called I think it's called like a prism fractal lens, and it sits right here. And I want to show you what happens to them when your projector goes severely dim. And on here, it's best to run these in echo mode because of this situation. This one here and the other one I have that I'm going to swap parts with to try to repair, they both were ran on high. They weren't ran in echo mode. These things are bright enough to echo. Running them in echo mode is fine. So I don't know why. I don't know if these were test models, because one has 16,000 hours on it, the other one has 18,000. But this little piece here sits down in here like that. This is out of another one I just took apart that had the same problem with it being really dim. But what it is, it gets so freaking hot that it burns and melts that lens and just totally makes your image dim. And to me, that is a severe defective design flaw by Optoma by not providing sufficient cooling or having this too close to the lenses. But you can clearly see that gets hot. The beam of light does, and just melts it. And it's plastic. I mean, why not use glass? You know, that would, I mean, seriously, they had to go that cheap of a route to use plastic instead of glass. For the severity of the heat that these are producing on high, on regular operation instead of echo mode. But I just wanted to share that since there's no videos or no information at all about why these go dim and what the cause could be. But If your image still looks good and fine, no dead pixels, that's your culprit right there that's caused it to go dim. What I did with the other one that I have is I just went ahead and cut that piece out, and just left this one piece in here because it has foil behind it, and I'm guessing that's to help deflect the light beam so it doesn't cause a glare or does something. So I just kind of cut that burnt piece out and stuck it and glued it back in. But that's what's causing this issue, is those. Yeah, it goes in like this. But just for anybody knows, I mean, you can do this quick fix here. I did this. It produced a bright image after I did this and took that out. But what I'm going to do is, since I have another one, this one I screwed up by doing a freaking firmware update from somebody that said they were having issues when they didn't update, and that firmware update only made this just a projector. It took away the media features and everything. It just worked as a standard projector. But I'm going to go ahead and take this piece out and take that burnt piece out there and replace it. But I don't know what I'm going to do about the foil part that helps deflect the lens or light from shining through on this side. But I just wanted to share this just to educate everybody. If they have the Optoma ML500 LED projector, that's the cause of a severely dimming image.